Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the show. This is Velma Knowles from Leaders Pathway, the place where leaders go to grow. Friends, I'm so glad you're here today because just like we discussed in our last two stages of growth, which was self-awareness and self-acceptance, our next stage of growth is something crucial. This is something that has to happen if you want to grow as a leader. And that third stage in your growth journey is self-commitment. That's right. You know what they say. If you want something you've never had, you got to do something you've never done. Well, let's face it, change is hard. Change requires something deeper than just knowing that it's needed. Change requires commitment. And when you want to grow as a leader, it's not enough to just accept the fact that you need to change. We need to commit to it. And I'm not talking about those I'll try to change someday kind of commitments. Nah, friend, I mean real commitment. I'm talking about that kind of commitment where you put your money where your mouth is. The kind of commitment that pushes you outside your cozy comfort zone. And the kind of growth that makes you a better leader tomorrow than you are today. Does that sound good? Well, great. Well, then let's dig into this self-commitment, this third stage in your personal growth leadership journey. Now, if you've worked with me as your coach or attended one of my training workshops, or maybe you've read one of my books, you most likely have heard me say this. And the statement is, if you're not going to be better tomorrow than you are today, what do you need tomorrow for? Yikes! You know this to be truth. Growth, it doesn't just happen inside your comfort zone. It's kind of like a fish swimming around in a tank. Now, I have a fish tank, and not because, I know anything about fish, but because it's really pretty with the lights on. Anyway, I have a fish tank. And when fish stay in a tiny tank, it only grows to the size of that tank. And if you were to take that fish out of the tank, though, and you drop it in a bigger pond, it has the potential for greater growth. And that's where we come today. We've got to break out of your comfort zone. You got to commit to your growth even when it feels scary. Because your comfort zone is where your dreams go to die. That's right. If you're comfortable, you're probably not growing. Because nothing grows in comfort. Not you, not your dreams, and certainly not your leadership. Now, I know some of you might be saying, okay, I hear you. Yeah, what's the big deal with all this growth talk, Velma? Well, what's the big deal? It's committing to something that's so uncertain. Here's the thing. Growth is like the changing seasons. Think about our tree story for a second, because I know you love me talking about trees. But every year, the tree goes through seasons of change. Winter is tough on trees. It's cold. It feels like nothing's happening on the surface. But underneath, the tree's roots are growing deeper, getting ready for what's next. And then when spring comes, new leaves, new life, and new growth. But you know this truth. The tree can't grow if it stays stagnant in one season. Trees don't stay in winter. And the same is for you. The tree grows in the spring, and you and I have to grow too. But if you don't commit to stretching yourself and stepping outside of your comfort zone, you'll never grow to the heights you were meant to reach. Your leadership growth is no different. You don't just wake up one day and suddenly become a leader. No, it doesn't happen by accident, my friend. Leadership is something you build over time, and it takes commitment, self-commitment. You have to commit to taking action, commit to getting uncomfortable, commit to doing the hard work when nobody's looking. That's how real growth happens. You have to give up to grow up. Oh, my friend, but sadly, this is where so many leaders trip up. on self-commitment. They think that they can just keep doing things the same old way and expect different results. They think that, well, I'm aware that I need to grow, and I accept the fact that I need to grow. And they get to stage 3, and stage 3 is self-commitment, and then they don't. To grow, you've got to let go of those old habits. To grow, you've got to change old ways of thinking. And yes, to grow, you've got to sometimes even change old mindsets. You have to reset your mind so you can keep from getting stuck. You have to make room for something new. So ask yourself, are you ready to give up and get out of your comfort zone so you can get into your growth zone? Are you willing to put in the work today so that you could be the leader that you want to be tomorrow? I know you do. So now that you are ready, let's make a commitment to your growth. Let's get practical. Let me give you 3 ways you could start with self-commitment to your growth today. Because remember, growth doesn't wait for anyone. The first thing is break free from your comfort zone. Take one small action step that scares you. Boo! Right? Just scares you. It could be anything from having a difficult conversation with a colleague to stepping up on a meeting when you usually stay quiet. I mean, whatever it is, just take one step. Because growth only happens when you move outside of what's comfortable. Number 2 is create a personal growth plan. Now, leaders commit to growth by creating a clear plan. You have to know where you're going to go. What's the destination? Most of you likely are listening to me. You have a performance plan, or you know what a performance plan is, or you know someone that has a performance plan, right? You know it's the plan that measures how you're doing, how you're contributing, how you're helping the company to grow. But what about a personal growth plan? What if I asked you this question? Do you have a personal growth plan that measures how you are doing, how you are contributing to your own personal growth? You need to get intentional about growth. What skills do you need to develop? What habits do you need to break? Write them down, set goals, and make time for growth each week. Commit to it like you would a meeting with your most important client. And number 3, own your leadership growth journey. This is all about taking responsibility for where you are and where you're going. See, nobody else can do this for you. It's self-commitment. You need to own your path, own the work, own your progress, and own your setbacks too. Because it's all a part of the journey. You are the leader of your growth story. And I want you to lead for new growth. Remember, if you want to be a valuable leader, you need to commit to owning your growth. You have to put in the work today for the leader you want to be tomorrow. And trust me, my friend, there is no growth without commitment. The seasons will change, and just like the trees, you've got to change. Step out of your comfort zone, put in the work, and start committing to your future self. That's how you build the leadership and the legacy you've always dreamed of. So what's it going to be? Are you ready to commit? Trust me, it's a journey worth taking, because tomorrow's greatness for you, my friend, starts today. Well, friends, that's it for today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. And if you love this episode, please be sure to share it with a friend or a colleague who could use a little inspiration to commit to their own growth. And give us a review. Leave us a review here so we know that you love this content and others will be able to find it too. Now, go out there, show the world that you are the leader that you are born to be. And I'll see you next time here when we dig deeper into how you can grow as a leader with stage 4 of personal growth. You got this, and God bless you.